Hey guys, what's going on? Steggy here with a video review of the SteelSeries 7XB wireless headset. Now over this past year, we've seen a lot of exciting new offerings from the major gaming audio companies, and it seems that most companies have focused their attention on at least one wireless headset. We've had Astro releasing the wireless Mixam 5.8, Turtle Beach has had their PX5 and XB500, Razer has had the Chimera, and Triton has had the Detonator and the Warhead. It's certainly the year of the wireless. However, with all of these wireless headsets coming out, high prices accompany them. Most offerings range from $250 and up, a sizable dent in your wallet. However, in this fray of wireless headsets, we do have a budget offering from SteelSeries, the 7XB. Priced at $180, the 7XB is one of the more affordable of these new wireless headsets, but how does it stack up against the competition? Well, let's start off with the design. Visually, the 7XB is very reminiscent of the 7H and has elements of all of the SteelSeries headsets. Like the 5H V2 and the 5XB, the 7XB sports a travel-friendly design, disassembling into multiple pieces to make travel easier. Once disassembled, you have 6 components total. You have 2 ear cups, the headband, the cord from the headset to your 360 controller, the 7XB receiver, and then the audio cable coming from your receiver to your source. Now the 7XB is a closed headset using pleather ear pads to seal your audio in while blocking out the ambient noise, similar to the 7H and the Siberia V2. Overall, the 7XB is very comfortable, but on summer days, things might get a little hot under the pleather. The microphone on the 7XB is like every microphone on a SteelSeries headset. You get a nice, flexible metal gooseneck microphone that retracts into the headset to keep it from view, and its quality is perfectly adequate for both gaming and Skype calls. Getting into the features now, the 7XB doesn't skimp out on the features for its low price tag. However, some are welcome additions for this headset, while some I find superfluous. Let's break them down. First, you have the Live Mix. Now, Live Mix is something that we've seen before. It's a feature that helps automatically balance game and chat. I'm not really a fan of this feature because in order to balance the two, when somebody speaks online, it lowers the game volume so you can hear the person better. It's meant to help you from having your source up too loud to accomplish hearing both sounds well, but the problem is that there's no way for the game to delineate between a loud background noise or somebody speaking, or if what somebody is saying is important. In a game where hearing is essential like Modern Warfare 3, if you're pubbing it up and have a talkative teammate, you don't just hear them, but the 7XB actually turns down the game volume so you can hear them better. Reasons like that is why I don't turn this feature on. Now the second feature that's incorporated into the 7XB is Exact Sound. Now Exact Sound is a new feature for SteelSeries, and it's an EQ feature. Now this feature isn't as rich as the full EQ program that headsets like the Turtle Beach PX5 provide, but it's similar to the different sound settings you'd find in the Triton AX720. While you can always EQ on your PC when playing games or listening to music, Xbox 360 doesn't offer that kind of customization, so it's beneficial when a headset includes this feature. There are 4 settings in total, and I'll get into the specifics in the sound portion of this review. Now, all of these features are located on the right ear cup of the 7XB. In addition, you have 2 volume buttons on the rear side of the same ear cup. Now, the only problem with this is that the buttons are flush against the headset, making feeling your way to the right button a little difficult. It was helpful to put the volume on the back side and the power button and Exact Sound button in the Live Mix on the front side, but you still have to pay a good amount of attention so you don't screw up. Luckily, once your volume is set, you don't really have to tinker with it that much in the middle of a game most of the time, and the 7XB chat volume is a dial located on the puck that plugs into your controller. One thing to keep in mind that since it's a puck that plugs into the controller from the 7XB, this headset is currently for Microsoft Xbox 360 controllers only, meaning those with a Razer Onza or the upcoming MLG controller will have to find another means for chat if you go with this headset. Now onto the important part, sound. Sound for the 7XB is a combination of many things. Let's break each one of these down. Let's start out with sound signature and clarity. Now, the 7XB sports 50mm drivers that provide you with great sound clarity, comparable to SteelSeries' other headsets like the Siberia V2 or the 5XB. However, the 7XB goes a step above and beyond the other headsets with Exact Sound, which gives the 7XB 4 separate sound signatures depending on your liking. Like I've said before, the Exact Sound is similar to the Triton AX720, while headsets like the Turtle Beach PX5 give you even more options for customization. So let's go over each setting. First, you have setting 0, which is the default setting. Now this is the default preset which offers a balanced sound signature for your 7XB. Bass is present but not thumping, and the highs are mellow. Overall, the setting should appeal to most players. Getting to the first setting now, setting 1. This is the performance setting, which accentuates directional sounds like footsteps and gunfire. Basically, this setting adds more emphasis to the highs, while the rest of the audio spectrum remains unchanged from the default setting. This was my favorite setting to use for music, as I like brighter highs for vocals, and it was one of my more favorite choices for gaming, as footsteps and gunfire had more emphasis during online matches. Getting into setting 2 now, this is the immersion setting, which is advertised as being optimized for environment sound and game music. This was my least favorite setting by far. The bass becomes way too boomy, and the rest of the audio spectrum gets drowned out by the bass and sounds distorted. It makes it sound like you're outside of a club. I wasn't a fan of this for music, and it really wasn't helpful for gaming, as the overbearing low end would drown out footsteps. Getting into setting 3, this is the final setting that's advertised as the entertainment setting, increasing bass and environmental sound for movies. I found this setting to be similar to the immersion setting, but not as severe of a change to be annoying. Bass does become boomier, but the highs don't seem to get as overpowered and distorted as setting number 2. Now I want to talk a little bit about directionality. One of the biggest differences between the 7XB and the other new wireless headsets is that the 7XB lacks DSP. Most of the competition incorporates virtual surround sound to give better directional positioning in gaming. The 7XB lacks this, and as a result, sound positioning favors a left and right orientation. You still get some of that good depth from the 7XB's natural soundstage, but it's not like you're strapping on a pair of Sennheiser 595s or Audio-Technica 8700s, which has a huge soundstage. So I feel like the 7XB would really benefit from using a virtual surround sound to give it that directional boost. Now you can add this feature by purchasing a Turtle Beach DSS, but that drives up the cost of the 7XB to the price of its competition. Alright, let's talk a little bit about wireless now. Now the 7XB runs off a 2.4 GHz RF signal, similar to the Turtle Beach PX5, X41, etc. Setup is a breeze with the 7XB. The receiver is stocked with a 3.5mm cord and a USB cord. You plug the USB cord into your computer or Xbox for power, and connect the 3.5mm cable to a line out of your display for audio. If you don't have this kind of setup, SteelSeries includes an adapter so you can connect the receiver to red and white RCA cables. SteelSeries advertises a feature of intelligent wireless, which hops frequencies approximately 344 times per second to avoid interference. However, in my testing, there was occasional interference and popping while playing or listening to music. I didn't notice a difference between the 7XB's wireless versus my experience with the other wireless headsets I've mentioned, so the intelligent wireless feature here was sort of lost on me. As far as range goes, I counted 12 normal steps away from my computer before audio started to cut out, while other headsets I've used offered more of a range. I've even been able to listen to music in other rooms or on other floors with the Astro Gaming Mixam 5.8, so the range here on the 7XB wasn't exactly impressive. Getting into the audio mixer of the 7XB, now the 7XB has a micro USB to 2.5mm puck that connects the 7XB to your Xbox controller. On the puck end, you have a chat volume and mute switch similar to SteelSeries audio mixer. If you'll recall, in my review of the SteelSeries audio mixer, I found it to have background hiss when hooked up, similar to a set of Turtle Beach X11s. I found this to be the case with the 7XB as well. If I use the 7XB for music alone, you don't get the background hiss, but when this cord is connected from your headset to the controller and you start turning up the chat volume so you can hear your teammates, you start to get that hiss. So if you're playing on Xbox Live and talking to friends, expect a little background hiss like the SteelSeries audio mixer or the Turtle Beach X11s give. So all in all, I feel like the concept of the 7XB was good, but the execution was off point. While the solid sound clarity and choice of sound signatures was a plus, the issues with the 2.4 GHz wireless and the background hiss you get with the Xbox chat cord make other headsets available more desirable. While the 7XB is one of the more affordable of the new wireless headsets to come out, headsets like the Turtle Beach X41 have dropped in price from $200 to $140. Now the Turtle Beach X41 has the virtual surround sound and doesn't have the background hiss like the 7XB does, but it does lack the exact sound feature for sound signature wise. But at $40 less, I feel more would be inclined towards the X41 over the 7XB. If SteelSeries can either figure out a way to solve this hiss problem with the 7XB, or maybe charge a lower price as compensation for this, I'd be more inclined to suggest it. But until then, I would suggest to look around and see what other offerings are out there at this time. So that'll do it for my video review of the SteelSeries 7XB wireless headset. As always, if you enjoyed this review, please hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you really like this video, hit that favorite button as it really does help me out. So once again, this is Steggy with a video review of the 7XB. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will catch you later.